Political commentator Duncan Big Lice Watley is suggesting that maybe if he had not criticized MP Eugene Hamilton in the St. Christopher No. 8, he may have lost his seat to Dr. Terence Drew of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party. Mr. Watley was speaking on Freedom Radio's Issues program recently.
There's another school of thought that maybe if I had to hush my mouth, maybe if I had been quiet, Hamilton might have lost. But I guess people went out to show Big Lice, well, you ain't got no influence
I'm hearing
here.
the same thing about Dwyer too.
You know?
Maybe Dwyer didn't go and Sam didn't go
and that is why I tell you,
yes.
Hindsight, we couldn't see a lot of things. But
for real.
Election is not just about, to me personally, I don't think election is just about winning. It might sound funny saying this, but for me, election is not about winning. It's good to have opposition. It's good to have opposition, but I think when there are things to be said, and if you recognize there's a pattern or something that needs to be put out there, I think it is important to do so.
Mr. Watley, however, maintains he will continue to be vocal, especially for the people of his native Cayon.
And I thought that I had an obligation, having been a part of the system and know what's going on, to tell the people that, hey, Hamilton, in my opinion, is not the best person to represent you. That is what I felt. I had an obligation. And so I did that. So it's not a matter of people say, oh, because you talk. No. It's about he got the most, and that's it. But I still believe, because you see what happened, Juni, going forward, I'm from Cayon. Nobody could take that out of me. I'm a Cayon man. Right? And I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there to speak on behalf of the persons who need a voice. I'm just starting. I'm not. This is not a one-off thing. I'm just starting. And as Dwyer would have reminded me, this started a couple of years ago, where commitment was made to keep their feet to the fire.
Also on the show is social commentator and former government minister Dwyer Astaphan, who is of the view that the senior members of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, namely Party Leader Denzel Douglas, Deputy Leader Marcella Liebert, and Steve Rensford, are on their final leg in politics.
I think in the Labour Party, Dr. Douglas and Marcella and Steve Rensford had their last election. So they have to sit down, as my brother here says, regroup, revitalize, rebrand.
He also believes there will be time for leadership changes on Team Unity.
On the other side, because people here are going to have to go home too, Hamilton that's his last election, and Timothy Harris has had his last election. Who else now for them? Patches is finished. Well, he might win this challenge. I don't know if he will win it or not. But I don't see him doing an election again, because at the end of this term, God spare his life, he will be in his 70s as well. I think him and Dr. Douglas are the same age. So Timothy Harris, by the end of this term, if he's still there, because there are internal frictions that are already beginning to manifest. And there's some people that I am looking at, just me looking at them, some of them young women, bright young women in their 30s, bright. And I think we have too much testosterone in our politics, in our political leadership. I think we need some more estrogen in our political leadership.
He suggested allegations of vote buying is contributing to the social degradation of the St. Kitts Nevis society and must stop.
The giving of money, the bribing, whoever is doing it, that should stop. Our people need to become enlightened on the issues and vote on the issues. And it is not happening, Juni, and it seems as though we are moving even further away from being like that. So the degradation and the depravity, in my opinion, seem to be getting worse.
The Team Unity Coalition won the elections by a landslide, winning 9 of the 11 seats in the National Assembly. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.